Morning, everyone. My name is Meredith Ryan. I'm the Customer Service Supervisor for Winter Express Worldwide. We want to thank you for taking the time to join us this morning. I'm going to introduce our presenters. From Waterway, we have Javier Bustamante, who's a sales manager for the Caribbean and South Florida. Javier has over 9 years experience in the distribution business, including retail stores, builders, and more recently working with our exporting and exporting through distribution. We have Scott Rudeberg, Director of Sales for Waterway. Scott has been in the business for over 45 years, starting his career with Waterway 26 years ago, and has extensive knowledge in the industry, including construction, service, and sales. So I'd like to introduce the two of them, and we're going to start our webinar now. Thank you.
Thank you, Meredith. Good morning, everyone. Appreciate you attending. What I'd like to do for anybody that may not be as aware of who or what Waterway is just briefly touch on a little past history, just kind of bringing up the speed from where we are. This is actually towards the end of our 50th anniversary. The company's been around since 1973. We're privately owned. In fact, Bill Spears, he and his brother got into the plastics industry back in the late 60s. And then Bill started this business in 73, originally just manufacturing for other pool and spa equipment manufacturers, helping with the origination of a lot of the industry leaders over the years. So most people usually know us from the spa side of the industry. We also created a pool division back around 98. I think it was 97, excuse me. We're going into actually we're third generation right now. So it's been family owned for all these years. We're located out in Southern California in the United States. I have a 500,000 square foot manufacturing facility out there. So everything that we're going to talk about and you're going to see today comes out of that facility, lock, stock, and barrel. So the thing that's interesting about Waterway is basically we've done it all from the ground up. We can go from idea concept to manufacturing and assembly. And then through COVID, we did a lot of expansion to the tune of about $30 million worth of capital investment of replacing new machines, adding even more machinery, new tooling. Generally speaking, we've been adding probably about a new tool or modifying a new tool about once a day is the way it generally works out. So we did a lot of things through the pandemic to just be stronger, more efficient, better manufacturing practices, things of that sort. So we also have our own tool and die shop in-house. So whether it's manufacturing new molds or repairs or fixing, we can stay on top of production and quality control and deal with whatever needs to be handled on a pretty quick basis, depending on what the situation is. So it gives us a strong capability of not just from the manufacturing standpoint, but being able to maintain a high level of quality control. So some of these pictures you're seeing here are just different areas of the factory out there, assembly areas. For instance, on the testing, every one of our pumps, whether it be a spa pump, above ground pool pump, an in-ground pool pump, every one of them get tested and checked individually. So we don't spot check. Everything that comes down the line is going to get tested. So it's just our way of making sure that that product is going out the door at the highest quality possible. So top of that, we've got a vast amount of warehousing inside the facility. And, today, compared to pre-pandemic, we can sit there and manufacture and ship about 3 to 4 times more product today than what we could handle prior to 2020. So those are just some of the things that have transpired in the last few years. COVID just kind of kicked everything in high gear. Things that we probably would have gotten done in a decade were kicked into acceleration, and we ended up doing in roughly about 18 months to 2 years. So, I mean, it's just been an ongoing process from that standpoint. So, just to go through briefly as far as what we all offer. I just want this is a line card that we put together over the years. Basically, we manufacture everything from pumps to spa steps and everything in between. Above ground, in ground equipment, white goods, automation, both pool and spa, things of that sort. So kind of give you an idea of how broad based we are. In the United States, we have to deal with all the DOE certifications. So all of our pumps, at least for the United States, are DOE. Obviously, that's not an issue for outside of the country, but we have that capability also. We also have an extensive line of above ground for anyone that sees a need for that, whether it be in the country or outside. We also have CSA capabilities, product for CSA. So for instance, in Canada, so I'm not sure who all we have on board, but we've got products in that category too. So on an international side, we also have expanded that line a little bit just due to what's happened for us here in the States. So we've gone ahead and created an international line for our SMF pump, which has been a very popular pump over the last probably 10, 15 years. We have that in multiple different sizes. The nice thing about that pump is that out of the box, it will line up with a vast number of our different competitors. Plus it comes with a base kit. So basically it can line up with about 80 to 90% of what we see as far as our domestic competitors here. And obviously those same competitors are international. Comes with the high temp swivel union or high temp self-aligning unions. And like I say, it's in multiple sizes from 3/4 up to 2 horse. And then we also have our SVL, which is one of our flagship pumps that's been around for about 2 decades, I think, or a little over 2 decades. And we've got that in a number of sizes also. So on our Power Defender line, so for what happened here in the United States, where we had to meet DOE certifications, we created a whole brand new line called our Power Defender line. So for that, we have that available in the 1 single speed. And again, it has the capability to sit there and be able to a great replacement item for a vast majority of products that may already be in the field. So it'll line right up with most of the pumps that are a super style pump, whether it be a Hayward or a Pentair. And then with the base systems, it lines up with the Pentair and Teleflows or Whisper Flows. So it gives us great versatility and flexibility for the dealer base, the service guys, for replaceability of what's in the field. We also have our complete line of our variable speed pumps, all the way from our 1.4s up to our 3.5s. The smaller ones here you see are all dual voltage, 110, 220 volt. The larger ones moving forward also are only in 220 volt, but also have a secondary relay. So if you want to make sure that that secondary device, whether it be a salt system or maybe a power, booster pump for a power side cleaner, then it can be tied in, and then would only come on when the pump, the variable speed Power Defender pump comes on also. Again, the chassis are similar, so everything lines up with what we talked about before as a vast majority of our competitors out there in the field. And those go all the way up to 350s. And all of our variable speed power defenders come with a 2-year standalone warranty. Lastly, we also do our Power Defender 270A, which is built off of our SVL chassis. So for those that need a little bit more flow, larger capacity, that's available also. We recently, I want to say, I'm going to kind of default to Javi on this a little bit because he's done real well with this in certain markets of his area. Javi, was it about a year or two ago when we came out with the Mustang?
Yeah, about a year.
About a year? Okay. I guess the best part about our Mustang variable speeds is they got similar features to our Power Defender, from the standpoint of being able to just line back up plumbing wise with whatever you might want to replace. But because we use a different motor on that, the motors for our Power Defender are all Nidec, which all has the same user interface. So the nice thing is once your customer learns the programming on the Power Defenders, it's the same on all models of the variable speeds. With our Mustang, it's a different motor. The UIs are the same, but because that motor is a little bit more affordable to us, we only have a 1-year standing warranty on that. But it also comes in at even a better price point than what our Power Defenders do compared to the industry standards out there. So, I mean, is there anything more you want to add on that one, Javi? Because I know you've done pretty well with that pump with customers out there.
Yeah, actually, this pump has been it's been there for a little more than a year. I've been selling many of these pumps in the Caribbean through distribution. And you know what? The customers are saying that it's really easy to configure. It's a 1-year warranty. You can only use it as a 220. It's not dual voltage, and we haven't had anything a really good feedback on these pumps. They're really low price, so you can compete with the lower market pumps. And so far so good with this pump. So, I mean, it was born mostly for export for international markets, and it's been doing great.
I just noticed that there was a question that came up asking on the 220 volts if they're available in 50 hertz. At this point, no, they're only available in 60 hertz. Through our European distributor, they do have some different options. It's something we can look at for Horner, but at this point, we don't have it manufactured here in the States with 50 hertz. Let's see here. Obviously, we talked briefly about the above ground systems that we have. Those can be offered, in those markets that are similar to US. I also have CSA for markets like Canadian. We also have the above ground pumps that can be offered separately in that regards too. So we have different sizes available there. Spa pumps. I mean, obviously we're Waterway. Most people generally think of us as the spa guys. So we've always had full line of pumps for the spa OEMs. So we have a huge lineup there, not just for the OEMs on their manufactured product, but even on the replacement and service side also. So there's a full lineup there. And for anybody that may need further information on there, let us know afterwards. There's such a wide selection. I don't want to get tied up on everything we have there. So we can deal with that separately if anybody has interest. So the other part too is we have our complete line of drains and sumps and suctions under VGA. Obviously, again, that's something that's required in the US, but kind of by default, since all of us manufacturers are primarily here stateside, those are available and can be sold offshore too and overseas. So we have customers whether domestic or international. We have full range of drains and suctions available to the industry there. So everything from as small as 8-inch all the way up to 24 by 24 squares. So on the filtration side, we've had our crystal water system, our filters out for about 20 plus years now, I think it's been. We just went through and did a major renovation on them and basically an upgrade on them just in the last couple years. So we've gone to a heavier duty band clamp on it, commercial grade air relief system on it, stainless steel sealed pressure gauges, and spec'd out the tank bases to just beef them up and make them stronger. And because of all those features, what we've done is gone ahead and offered a 2-year standalone warranty on that product since that's come out. So that's how confident we feel with what the design improvements have done over the last year and a half. So those are fully available, whether it be in cartridge or DE. We have both versions, 3 different sizes. And the cartridge were everything from as small as 325 square feet all the way up to as large as 525 square feet. And then on the DE, we do from 36 on up to 60 square feet for diatomaceous syrup. Also, we have cartridge and single element. And as Javi can attest, this is a popular filter, especially in the Florida market with the smaller pools. But we have it available in 5 different sizes. So it's real convenient for the smaller gallonages out there, all 2-inch plumbing. But it's kind of the smaller cousin of our crystal water. So on our skimmers, obviously, we do a lot of white goods. We were the first in the industry to sit there and do colors going back about 1997, 1998. But we have a full line of skimmers for gunite. We have our Venturi skimmers, deep baskets, bonded. These are the bonded skimmers are new to us in the last couple of years because, again, different codes that we're seeing here in the United States. But like our Venturi skimmers have always been very, very good, especially in marketplaces where builders are having a need to do variable speed pumps and need to have better skimming action on that pool to keep that pool clean, because they can run a pump low and slow, but still get a lot better skimming action on. The last thing that we've done with this product just in the last couple of years is, due to some changes in our industry here, is we've came out with our reversible fillable lids, which is a patented product. And so what we've done for both the round and the square is we've redesigned our lids. They come standard with all of our skimmers now. They can also be bought separately, like some of the competitors out there. But this gives the builder a choice of whether they want to just keep it plastic, or if they want to turn it over, flip it, and they can either fill it with concrete or pavers or nice stone, whatever the decking stone might be, things of that sort. So it can allow them to have a more custom appearance on their projects. And those are all available in all the different colors as you see listed there on the side. So, and that's one of the things that, we were originally well known for in the pool side, because back when we were first breaking into it in the late 90s, no one was doing color. I mean, hence the term white goods. So that's the way everybody thought about pool fittings. So the other thing that's unique, and I probably should have touched on this a little bit earlier, but because we came into the industry as a PVC fitting manufacturer, and then through the spa side, doing custom products, we've always looked at all of our pool products as simply that, fittings. They're being installed and attached to generally PVC pipe. So whether it be skimmers, drains, wall returners, jets, whatever, they're all typically designed and set up with PVC type 1 sockets, because you're gluing into that type of pipe. Makes for better install, more secure, more reliable as far as getting that cementing process to the pipe. So it's just allows for better reliability in the field for the installers. So getting towards the end here, we also have obviously our self-aligning unions. We were talking about those come standard on all of our pumps. We also make a high temp CPVC mill adapter for those that are looking for less costly but high temp product for applications, whether it be heaters, filters, pumps, generally on an equipment pad. See if this works. So this last item there, as you saw, is one of our newer items on our AquaShape side. It's our pop-up deck jets. They're a very affordable product for that category. So for those dealers or builders that are looking for a reasonable product to give noise and aesthetics and ambiance to that homeowner in their backyard, that's a very inexpensive product that we have packaged to a package, but yet it's one of those things that they can have fun doing, and it can be a good profit maker. The other thing that we see also here in the States is that because of our cost savings on for instance, like our pumps and filters, generally it allows distribution to sit there and be able to sit there and have a little bit more margin. But more importantly, for your customers and you, it gives you room to sit there and make extra profitability on our products compared to some of the other manufacturers out there. So that's the biggest advantage that we've offered customers over the last probably 15, 20 years, is the ability that we have fair pricing up front on good quality product, but more importantly, it allows you to buy in and sit there and have a larger margin on the product when you're selling it to your customers out there. So it just helps you be more profitable in the industry overall. Lastly, our AquaShapes swim jet system. This is something that we were just starting to take off with about a year or so before the pandemic hit. And what's nice is that everything's in one package, comes on one pallet. Everything that's needed to sit there and create a swim jet system for any in-ground pool scenario comes with the jets, the fittings, the drains, the pumps, to be able to put in a swimmer that an average homeowner can enjoy. So let's see. Oh, our service logic, forgot about. I don't know if any of you do see Hayward products in your areas of the world, but we also came out on our service logic side the past year or so with our replacement valve that will fit any Hayward SP 714. So this is a direct replacement, and cost wise, it's about a third less than what we see from there. So it's a way to have a US made product that is, again, gives you guys that ability to get extra margin, be more profitable, plus still giving your customers a high quality product.